Hey everybody, Morgan SLV here. Hey, great to be with you today. As you know, I'm kind of going through it on a personal level with family issues with my pops and all that. But nice to be able to put out a little video here, and we'll just take it from there. I'm looking at spot on gold right now is 17.29 up or down a buck. Silver 33.88 up 7 cents. Today's date 2/9/2012. So quick update on Dad. You know, Dad is surprised, you know, I guess all of his harshest critics. He actually got up yesterday out of bed, which is a big deal, and once again started doing some more exercises today with his nurse, and I went and got him a burrito, a giant beef burrito from his favorite spot today, and I haven't seen him eat that type of food in a while. And you know, just to be honest with you, you know, we were prepared to, you know, send him off to heaven every day now for the past, I don't know, 30-40 days. So to see him get out of bed is a big deal. He says, well, I don't want to hold you up, you go ahead and take off and get your stuff done. He goes, you know, and I'll talk to you later. And I said, well, I'll just enjoy watching you eat, you know. So it's kind of a big deal to make that kind of stuff happen. Other updates, my son's business, you know, is already percolating. It's kind of weird. I mean, you know, I know we're in a drought here in Northern California or U.S. for that matter, and I'm hearing that we're like, this is like the warmest winter on record in many years as far as the U.S. goes. So just to give you an idea, right now I just switched into some shorts and a t-shirt because we're gonna get out and do some more business today. But it's warm, man. It feels like it's 80 degrees out there. It's probably more like 70, 75, but it feels like 80 to me. And we've had just spectacular weather as far as working goes. It's a buddy of mine. So anyway, let's just get on with this little short video here. Son's business doing great. So, you know, I've spent about $9,000 or $10,000 so far on the tow truck business. Give you a little update on that. You know, I did sell a sliver of silver to do that. Very difficult decision for me. However, just to give you an update, I spent 40 ounces of silver to launch my son's business, and the return on it has been huge. I mean, absolutely astronomical. And so I feel that was a good thing. The only thing I don't like is the fact that I didn't use my discipline to buy back the silver. So I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. I haven't bought it back. However, sold a little more silver to launch the tow truck deal. And you know, I'm hearing things, I got buddies in the industry, you know, they charge around $100 an hour for a tow truck. The CHP deal, that's more like $200 an hour. And you know, I don't know where I'll be. I'll probably be somewhere around $75 an hour, something like that. And you know, like I say, right now, you know, if I could do another $100 a day on top of what we make, you know, that'll be a good deal. You know, what I'm seeing, friends, is things are going crazy. I mean, I'm looking at so many food items that we usually buy. They've doubled in price in the last 14, 15 months. I mean doubling, sometimes tripling, and a lot more. And so my suggestion to you guys is, not only do you need to have your metals all in shape and everything, but they don't spin off. Metals by themselves sitting in a safe or a drawer or buried in your backyard, you know, they don't spin off any income. So that is why I decided to take a portion and try to gear up, because I don't know how much more money we're going to need to make to see this thing through via, you know, the dollar bubble and when it crashes or whatnot. But I'm sure it's more than I make now. So that's what we've done. So anyway, let me show you a picture of one rendering of what my signage might look like. Hopefully you guys will be able to make this out. It's called Land Shark Towing, and I'll get as close as I can there for you. You see a little shark driving the tow truck. It's going to be something along those lines. I like to kind of mess with people. I've got a really good signage guy that does wraps on my vehicles. He did it on my Scion and in my trailers and whatnot. So that's kind of fun. But getting down to brass tacks as far as what things may cost, you know, I'm reading this one book, and it has here in bold lettering, you know, $100,000 Toyota Camry. You know, one of the things that I argued with my dad about was the fact that he goes, we need to drill oil. And I'm thinking, I asked him one time, I go, okay, if we're going to drill oil, who do you think's drilling it, the Boy Scouts? Because the bottom line is, if they'll pay more for oil abroad than we'll pay here, guess what? We get to pay the same price because they're going to sell it to the highest bidder. And I never really thought about things like things that we're going to use. You know, TVs, they may go down in price, but like clothing, you know, food. Bottom line is, if you're a person that's manufacturing something and you're able to get 2 or 3 times the money abroad as you can get in the US, guess what we're going to pay in the US? We're going to pay the same price or near it, right? They'll cut out some of the shipping costs, I'm assuming, to stay competitive in the US, but the prices are going to be stupid. And so my deal is, you know, you guys, I'm looking at here, it's saying right here, he goes, $12 to $15 a gallon gas, you know, on an inflation adjusted basis, you know, by the end of like 2015, possibly by the end of 2013. So my question to you guys is, what are you doing? I just feel like if all I tell people is just save in silver, let's just say that's my only advice. What scares me is the minute things get tough, you'll sell the silver to make it for a month or 2, or maybe some of you a year or 2, and you'll be out of silver and out of a way to make more money. And so that's my whole deal is, not only do I tell people the silver story, but I always let them know, if I were you, I would figure out a way to make another income on top of what you already do. I just think it's vitally important. I think that I would be remiss if I didn't just explain to people, look, the money you're making right now isn't going to be shit in the future. I don't mean to cuss, but I'm just being honest. You know, we percolate anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000 a month. You know, in the summertime, it's a lot more than that. And that's the reason I went into the tow business. The tow business is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I'm going to operate it as family friendly as possible. But you know, what if you took a small portion of your investment in whatever it is? What if you sold your hot rod and bought a tow truck? Or what if you sold, you know, one of your toys and invested in something that's going to make you an income forever, possibly, right? So that's kind of how I think. You know, I don't have all the answers, but all I can say is, you know, you guys really need to be prepared. And learning how to make more income, I think, is just a vital part of what it's going to take. All right, joke of the day. You know you're getting old when you sink your teeth into a big bite of food and they stay there. Morgan, SLV out.